Alright guys, Terrence here with Retro DNA, and today I want to talk to you about the news that just came out. NFL Blitz Arcade 1-Up cabinet is actually happening. We know this today because the FCC filing went public, and you can see the code for the NFL Blitz, the 2 Alpha Papa X-Ray Hotel November Foxtrot Lima 22, and the associated description, NFL Blitz with riser Arcade 1-Up, NFL Blitz with riser and stool Arcade 1-Up, which means not only can you get the cabinet, but also a matching stool. And I know a lot of people are excited about that. We love to collect the stools as well. This is super exciting news for Arcade 1-Up because I don't think they've ever hosted a title that is as unanimously treasured as NFL Blitz. I mean, the absolute ultimate in 4-player arcade gaming, and you'll be able to have it in your home soon enough. What I want to talk to you about today are kind of the ins and outs of the cabinets, what our expectations should be for the NFL Blitz cabinet, and the things that ultimately will make or break it. Then feel free to hop in the comments and let me know whether you think Arcade 1-Up is going to get this right, or are they going to blunder it like they have so many cabinets before, if we're being honest. The question I think that many of us are asking about any cabinet that is rumored to come out, and that is, number one, will they release a pro line of this cabinet? And per the FCC ID, it looks like that will not happen at this time. Now, of course, that's a huge disappointment because all of us want to see the Pro Line cabinet. Why deal with the riser if we can have something closer to full size? And not only that, but for a 4-player cabinet, it's almost a must. So there become tons of questions about how they'll handle the control panel. I don't think the style of cabinet that we've seen in the past with the original NBA Jam, Ninja Turtles, Simpsons, and such would really work on NFL Blitz the same way. There becomes too many problems when you're trying to fit 4 people around the cabinet, and I would love to see Arcade 1-Up do something about that. So it will be interesting to see if they make changes in the design. And speaking of design, this is a classic midway cabinet. It's one of the few cabinets I think all of us can just originally redesign in our head. We can envision what it was like to be in the arcade. I know exactly what this thing looks like. It was one of my favorite cabinets to play, and I can recall it like yesterday. So how close will Arcade 1-Up get to the original design of that cabinet? And as we know in the past, Arcade 1-Up has made a lot of design errors when it comes to trying to replicate the look of certain cabinets. So is this going to mimic the classic midway style of cabinet, and will they ultimately get not only the artwork and the design right, but will they get the construction of the control panel done right as well? And I think we've seen them with the errors regarding Homer on The Simpsons, and we kind of know some of the other things that have happened with viewing angles and such as well, which kind of leads me to my next point. Will the viewing angles be an issue on this cabinet? Are we going to have the right angle to the screen itself? Assuming the screen is going to be 17 inches, which since it's not a Pro Line, it's safe to assume it will be a 17-inch monitor. Will we have a view obstruction? Are they going to get the marquee set in a proper place that no matter where you're at playing on this, especially with 4 players and regardless of your height, that you'll be able to see the screen in its entirety? That's so important, especially for a competitive game like this. This is not designed to be played by yourself. This is a game that is meant to be played with friends. And that leads me to some other great points as well. Not only is it going to be a 4-player cabinet, but it's going to have the online feature. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is the most exciting online play Arcade 1-Up has ever had to offer, and it's not going to get better than this. I mean, nothing excites me more than thinking about playing NFL Blitz with friends from across the country, because it's a game we all love and we all treasure, and we all want to experience it in that multiplayer format. Some of the other fighting games and things like that, even though I can play them online, it doesn't really feel like I'm playing against my friend. You know, it just feels like really honestly not much different than playing against the computer, other than, you know, the associated leaderboards and such. And that makes me question, you know, what they'll do structurally regarding leaderboards. How will they, you know, track records and things like that? Will you be able to play out seasons and then track those seasons online? There's a lot of things to be questioned regarding the format for the online structure. What they could do to take it to the next level, of course, is build in some type of way for us to communicate with people that we're playing with as well. I would love to see some type of, I don't know, in-game chat feature or something like that. But let's be honest, then you need a keyboard, and how are you going to chat while playing? You know, so really, if there was an ability to plug in, you know, even a set of headphones, AirPods, you name it, or whatever, and communicate with the person while you're playing them. I mean, that would be the epitome of gameplay, right? I can not only whoop you on the field, but I can talk trash while I do it. And that's what we would all truly love to experience. But I haven't heard any rumors of anything like that. It just seems to be something that Arcade 1-Up could absolutely do. Now, what I think is probably the most important point about this entire thing, assuming that everything is structurally sound and it just plays well, is the game selection. We all know we have our favorite NFL Blitz titles, and a lot of that is associated to who your favorite team is. I myself am a Minnesota Vikings fan, so I remember the peak of Randy Moss's performance coming in right around NFL Blitz 2000. And even 99 being an improvement from the original. But then again, who doesn't love the original? And of course, there's no doubt the original will be on the cabinet. I think the ideal lineup is expected and should be NFL Blitz the original, then Blitz 99, and Blitz 2000. Obviously, we want more than 3 titles, so what would be next? Will we incorporate NFL Blitz Gold Edition? I tend to think that's not as likely. But you never know. I mean, that was really more of a port, more of an N64 title, right? And something I think most people played on the console. So I just imagine that the core 3, NFL Blitz 99 and 2000, are the ones that are must-haves. And then what we'd love to see is something from another genre. Maybe 2-on-2 Open Ice is the most likely title to put on there. And really, I think that would probably be the best fit and the most fun. Although a lot of people are going to say they want NBA Showtime as well. I tend to think that's not as likely, and we've gotten our NBA fix from the NBA Jam cabinet. But nonetheless, this is certainly a cabinet that is cause for major excitement. I think it's going to be the best cabinet to date. I just hope they get all the details right. The details make all the difference. And if we're being honest, Arcade 1-Up has a history of not going for the home run, but settling for the ground rule double, knowing that we'll spend our money regardless. So I just hope they really pull it off this time. And let's all keep our fingers crossed for a pro line cabinet in the future. We're definitely going to be on board with a full-size cabinet, especially if it's 4-player. So those are just some of my initial thoughts. But ladies and gentlemen, it is official. It's coming, and there's plenty of reason to be excited. So yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And are you going to get the cabinet? I mean, I can tell you right now, this is absolutely going to be a pre-order for me. But let me know if it's something you feel like you must own as well. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be back, man. Retro is in our DNA.